Hot damn. Hot damn. Start the show off with a swear word. A little hot damn. Hot damn, baby. Peoples is yakking. Oh, my buddy from Los Angeles, Jose, senor. My buddy Jose from Los Angeles. A city which I spent 8 years in. 8 years. 20 years. Holy shit. 8 years. 20 years. I mean, you know what? There's lots of things in Los Angeles I do like. There's like it turned into a garbage. It's a bad city. Like it's painful to live there. I got stories. I'll probably got to go back to visit a few peeps. I don't know when, but man. Yeah. Oh, and Ben Feister. Sup, Danny? Or should I say Team Chuck Norris? I've been told that. There's only one difference between Chuck Norris and I. There's only one difference, Ben Feister. There's only one difference. I have a much more powerful fucking roundhouse, man. Way more powerful. No, just kidding. I don't. No, so when I was in kickboxing, I was a kickboxer for 8 years. I started with boxing and then went to 1 year boxing, went kickboxing. And I used to always wear cowboy boots. Because Chuck Norris back then, all of his movies, man, he was fighting in cowboy boots. I said, well, if Chuck Norris is wearing boots and these, good enough for Danny Alex. Good enough. Welcome to POPRAGEOUS Live. It's Saturday night. It is Saturday night. I do have a full glass of wine tonight, which is a testament to the big smile on my face. Blinky eyes. I gave some blinky eyes. Pamela, my girl, Pamela. Where's my? We gotta give some people. Ben Feister and Pamela. Hello, my favorite peeps. Woohoo! Hi Ben. Hi Danny. You know what I got a perfect time to grab a drink of vino. It's Saturday night, guys. This is POPRAGEOUS Live. It's Saturday night. I am your host, Danny Alex. Why? Because no one else would take this gig. Because there's no other employees in the house. There's nobody else. I tell you what, if I go on strike, this show is done for. This whole company is done for if I go on strike. Oh God. Oh, it's gonna be. Oh, that's so good. Red wine is good for the soul. I haven't had much red wine because I usually have a glass of red wine or a half a glass in the evenings. Why not? Right? It's good for the heart. Not too much. Too much gives you a rough sleep or not as good of a sleep. But I didn't have any yesterday. I only had a half a glass on Thursday. So tonight I'm having a full glass. Right on the full one. Yeah, what's up, Pam? Haha. I'm trying to cosplay Chuck Norris. Oh, geez. I'll tell you, if there's anyone who, yeah, I got no problem. Chuck Norris, fuck, man. Dude, to me, it's shocking. I mean, I was just reading how he, for his birthday, he climbed that 8,500 foot mountain or something like that in amazing shape. So it was so sudden. It had to have been like an aneurysm, a heart attack. It's hard to think that his heart would even dare attack him. So I'm not really so sure if it was a heart attack. It could be aneurysm, stroke, or all these things. Like you just don't know. Like we all have. Sometimes the guy could be in just amazing shape, and you got a ticking time bomb inside of you. None of us know, right? None of us know. But what I do have, I'm going to do this for a few weeks, every Saturday night, guys. I'm doing this at least for 4 weeks. At least for 4 weeks. You know the old Chuck Norris memes? How tough is Chuck Norris? Every Saturday night, I'm busting away for 15 minutes. We're going to do 10 to 15. How tough is Chuck Norris? I got slideshows ready. It's going to be fucking awesome. Now I actually, Chuck Norris was one of the reasons I actually went to Los Angeles. Chuck Norris and Wesley Snipes. Because I worked in the stock market, and there was a Chuck Norris group and a Wesley Snipes group that both had this exercise machine, which was resistance out, resistance in. And they were looking for someone who had fighting experience and also had stock market experience. It's like, well, who the hell is... Well, had a call from a friend. I went to Los Angeles, and they put Wesley Snipes in jail about a year later, and it was called the Muscle Flex. I actually still have the domain, and but anyway, when Wesley went to jail under the auspice that you don't have to pay taxes, well, good luck on that one, right? Good luck. I mean, Wesley was a bit of a partier back then. This was 2006, 2007. And basically, Chuck Norris decided that, you know what, it's with too much trouble. And I actually took it on and kept going. But anyway, I was brushed with Chuck greatness. I was brushed with it. I had a little bit of Chuckness. Oh, Jose, Senor, cheers. That's my best buddy in Los Angeles, Jose Luis Hernandez. He's my buddy. We always talked about we're gonna go to because he's from Mexico, but he's an American now, a Mexican American, I guess. I don't know. We always threatened that we were gonna go to Mexico City and open up. What was it, like a pizza joint? What the hell were we gonna do, Luis? Pizza joint? Might still happen. I might be broadcasting from Mexico City one day. Be okay. There's some fine ladies in Mexico. Oh yes. Well, unfortunately, Death retired and Chuck took his place. That's one way to put it. Chuck has business on the other side. Death once had a Chuck Norris experience. Yeah. I think some of these might be. I Googled you, Danny. Love, you're a big deal. I'm a big deal. You're a big deal, as you say you are. I'm not a big deal. I don't think I even mentioned some of the things that most people might. I do mention, I just mentioned Chuck because the fuck it's Chuck, right? But thank you, Pamela. I mean, that's, the only thing I tell people to Google is the screenwriting stuff. That's this. I won hundreds of awards. People ask me why. Well, where's your welcome? Where's all you? I've never sold a screenplay. Have I had option offers? Like I said, no, I'm not. Never did. I'll do it myself. One day soon. I'll do my own movies. I will. Pamela, you got some Peach Crown. Are you doing Peach Crown tonight, Pam? Oh, you got a picture up. Pam's got a picture. Look at you, little adorable. Look at you. You got blue glasses on. I want blue glasses now. Damn. He was old, dude. Chuck Norris at 85 is like an average 25-year-old. That's the sad thing. Best part about my life, I personally met Chuck at a Mike Huckabee event in 2008. Are you a Huckabee fan? I used to be. I don't know if I am today. Val Air Ballroom in West Des Moines, Iowa. He's actually shorter than I am. Huckabee is 5'4". You're 5'6". Huckabee's that short, really? Chuck Norris is not tall. He's about my height, maybe. Chuck Norris is probably half an inch taller than me. I'm about 5'9". Maybe half an inch. Maybe half. Chuck Norris like 5'9", 5'9 and a half. Chucker. If you look at him in Expendables. What's his name? Sylvester Stallone. He's about 5'8" and a half. Like my height. Like I met in a Sly once. He was exactly my height. Maybe a little higher. I think he had little lifts on. You know. It's like Robert Downey Jr. has got the best lift guy. Robert Downey Jr. 5'7" and 3/4, but he literally looks like he's 6 foot tall, right? I don't know how he does it, but he's got a good lift guy. Yeah, that was Mike Huckabee, John McCain, Mitt Romney, Obama, and Hillary were running for president. Oh, geez. Do you know there's news about the Dana? So we're going to be talking. You know, Bob Iger, he's gone, and so there's things we got to get to it. You know, we'll finish off these tacos. We're going to taco about it, Senor Luis Hernandez. And beer. You're not having beer. You've been on my buddy Luis. He ain't been drinking for like 2 years now, 3 years now. Jose Luis, Senor. No, Chuck Norris is 5'4". I'll be straight up. I did meet him once. He was my height, unless he had lifts. He was about my height. I asked Chuck, I said, Chuck, you want to go? You want to go a couple rounds with Danny Alex? You got the minerals? That's what I did. I stared at him. He started laughing. He laughed at me. Chuck Norris laughed at me. I said, oh, fuck. You and Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan. You know, I've mentioned it once already, Joe Rogan, right? He's 58. I'm 58. I was a kickboxer. He's a MMA. He's been doing it a lot longer than me, and you know, he's 5'8". I can call me 5'8". Okay, I'm 5'8". I slouch just a little bit. I'm 5'8". Joe Rogan and Danny Alex. MMA guy versus a normie. Just an old normie. Just a good old normie, right? Just an oldie. Yeah, you know? Just, you know. It'd be billed as one of the biggest events of the year. Not really, but that's just, I don't know. It's something to talk about. With Hulk Hogan was a Chuck's sidekick. I was thinking about Hulk Hogan today. You know, believe it or not, you mentioned that. That's interesting. There you go. Hello. One more. We're gonna get to. Bye bye Bob. Bye bye Bob. Bob Iger. Bye bye. Bye Bob. I worked on Wall Street for a few years as well as a market maker on NYSE and NASDAQ and an economic analyst. So there's also some things from the stock market I think are interesting. But I was still in high school, so I was barely into politics at the time. I graduated high school in 2008, but me and my sister got to meet Chuck at a Mike Huckabee rally in Iowa. Chuck was... Why do I give a rip about Bob Iger? Because he's fun to fucking talk about, brah. He is fun to frickin' talk about. I think there's something in my new place I'm allergic to or something. I don't know, something, sniffles or something. Guys, welcome to POPRAGEOUS Live. It's Saturday night. I'm your host, Danny Alex. I was going to. Ooh, that's good. That's good. Good for the soul. I was going to do some box office stuff. We did some chit chat. That's okay. We'll get to Project Hail Mary. We're gonna get through this stuff. Got some things to talk about. It's gonna be fun. Oh, and guys, let me go through what we're talking about today. It's gonna be kind of fun because. Fucking right, it's gonna be fun. Where are we here? So we got Bob Iger. Now his replacements, Josh D'Amaro, Josh D'Amaro, and then Dana Walden. We're going to talk about them too. And I don't know if I'm overly excited of what's going on with Disney. The stock price is about $100. 14 PE, 14, 15 PE on a forward-looking basis. It's not high, it's not low. Then we got Chuck Norris, guys. We're going to do some Chuck Norris memes. 12 or 15. I'm not sure how much is in this one. We're going to do every Saturday night. We're going to do Chuck Norris memes. How tough is Chuck Norris? How tough is Chuck Norris? Now here's one thing that's kind of, so Sinners, guys. I actually watched Sinners yesterday. I haven't watched it. I wasn't really, so I thought, I gotta watch this thing. It won some Oscars, and I watched Sinners, guys. I've got some opinions on Sinners that Ryan Coogler would not be happy with. Unbelievable, unfreaking believable that movie could even have been nominated for an Oscar. Oh my God. I mean, I'll come right out. I'll come right out and say it. I guess if you got the right melanin and you got the right movie, you're going to get some nominations, because that movie deserved freaking nothing. Nothing. It was a bad movie. I mean, the third act, actually, the final half of the movie was like, are you kidding me? What the fuck am I watching here? And say what you want with one battle after another. There's some weak spots with one battle after another. There are. I know I'm talking to the converted, but from a technical perspective, Leonardo DiCaprio's performance in one battle after another was way better than what's his name? Sinners. Way better. I mean, I think Timothée Chalamet should have won with Superfly Marty. I don't know. I mean, look, there weren't many great, but anyway, we're gonna do Sinners, and then we're going to do a little bit of Grab Bag. And Grab Bag is basically shooting the shit, right? We shoot the poo. Something might have come up. It's one of these things where I kind of put it in there. Do I want to put a fourth subject in? Usually we throw a fourth, fifth subject in anyway, because someone mentions it. We go through, we yak about it. That's the way it is. And that's the bottom line. Stone Cold Steve. It was a bad movie, Pam. It was, young lady. It really was. Oh, it really was. I could, you know what? It's the second, I was hoping, and we'll get to it. We'll get to it. I was hoping that Sinners, it wasn't a bad start. There was kind of like, but you know what? It was kind of grooving a little bit, right? It was kind of grooving a little bit to start off. And I was thinking, okay, every time, I'm telling you guys, vampires have got to be done in a certain way. The second they said vampires, I was like, oh, fuck. Oh, my God. If it would have been some sort of demonic, horrific Southern thing, that maybe something from Southern lore, something that was, and then they threw it. It had to get fucking so racial. Holy shit, man. It had to, right? It just had to. It had to. We'll get to it. We'll get to it. We'll get to it. We'll get to it. And the third time, we'll get to it. Oh, God, no. So, guys, here we go, guys. Your friend and mine. I wish I had some intro music. I really, do I? I haven't even, I mean, I got it. Do I have more sounds? Background music? What do I got here? Do I got some Mickey Mouse? Feeding the ducks. That is... No, it's not good. So, so guys, as you know, 3 days ago, our friend Bob Iger, Bob Iger, as you know, who is the former CEO of Disney, the biggest thing. So one of the biggest things that I thought especially look, having worked in Hollywood for 20 years, also having worked on Wall Street as a market maker on Arca Incident and Island back in the day when ECNs were, it was just going electronic. So the ECNs, which are electronic exchange networks, and back then when there was Cincinnati, there's a whole bunch of ECNs, but Instinet, Arca, Island were the main ones. I'm not even sure what there is today. I mean, I really don't. But Eisner did a pretty good job of salvaging that thing. Not bad, right? Not bad. And then Bob comes along, Weatherman Bob. Bob, welcome to Disney. 2005, my friends. 2005. And Bob says, well, I gotta go buy some shit. I got no ideas. I gotta go buy some stuff. Now, this stuff, the fact is, it was on the chopping block. So don't think, I mean, it's not a case where Marvel was having a lot of problems, right? They were having problems since a long time. Stan Lee almost died broke if it wasn't for Disney coming and actually, setting him up with a lot of bad decisions with Marvel over 2 decades. But they were able to get their stuff together, right? They were able to get most of their franchises back because they were piecing this stuff off, and they were able to get it back. And Favreau was there, Feige was there. Kevin. I know Feige. Does it? No. And Iron Man was coming out. They were putting Iron Man together. And that was kind of when, Disney came along, Bob Iger, and said, you know what, this might be something. And to his credit, I will give it to Bob Iger's credit. And I remember the time I was still working a little bit in the stock market. I was still in the stock market. I was transitioning, just moving to Los Angeles. And I think, you know what? This could be, if this is well executed, this could be an amazing fit for Disney. And I think a lot of people thought that. What we didn't think, what we didn't understand was the idea that they would literally sacrifice everything that Marvel was in terms of a male primary brand, right? What could be more macho than a freaking superhero, right? What is more freaking macho? What is more like type A male uber personality than a freaking superhero? Well, somehow they figured out how to, dolly up. You basically put, they eventually put all superheroes into a skirt, right? Everyone's wearing a skirt now. And if it's not literal, it's figuratively, right? We all know that. But anyway, so now that was $4 billion, 2007, I believe. Iron Man came out, kicked ass. Robert Downey Jr. basically became the anchor point, the anchor guy. It was, I remembered, I thought, wow, this could be okay. Especially we just had Pirates of the Caribbean. We had, there were some pretty good Disney movies that was really showing some creativity. Oh, you know what? I should, well, maybe I'm going to finish. So, let me see if I can't get this done here. Oh, Chuck. Okay. Oh, that's the Chuck Norris. That's the Chuck Norris section or slides. We're gonna be getting to Chuck Norris pretty soon. Chuck. You don't call Chuck Charles. You don't. Well, maybe you do. But where is the? There we go. Let me share this with you because this is a bit of a rundown with what with what he purchased and what day he purchased, the major ones. And basically, this is his whole tenure. I mean, what did he? I think Bob Iger he loved the social life. He loved running around Hollywood. He loved being who wouldn't, right? Who wouldn't? Would I enjoy being the CEO of Disney? Yeah. You know how many parties I get invited to? As a matter of fact, I'd probably do the parties. We want Bob Iger. Everything. There we go. Yeah. That's the one we want. Yeah. So let's take a look at this. It's just to fully understand Bob Iger. Is that gonna work? That's gonna work perfectly. So here we go. During his tenure as CEO, 2005 to 2020, and of course Bob Chapek. I mean, he really took it from behind, didn't he? 2020 to 2022. And then Bob Iger comes back 2022 to 2026. I mean, the interesting thing is, it is very suspicious why he left so abruptly. In an article we're going to get to, he says he wanted more family time and more sailing. Well, that is, I don't know. Bob Iger transformed the Walt Disney Company through several multi-billion-dollar acquisitions that shifted the company's focus towards high-value intellectual property and streaming technology. Major acquisitions: Pixar Animation. That was actually the first one. Purchased for $7.4 billion in an all-stock deal. This brought iconic franchises like Toy Story and Finding Nemo fully under Disney and helped revitalize Disney-owned animation department. Easily the most successful. I mean, there have been a lot of... The last 4 years have not been, or 3 years, have not been particularly outstanding. But then again, it's been outstanding for nobody. Nobody. There have been a couple of standouts for Pixar, though. Marvel, yeah. So Marvel Entertainment came along. That was after Iron Man, because Iron Man came out in 2008, and its success, which sparked, everything. I don't know if you guys remember. Now, this is also the Great Recession, so it was kind of like people were getting annihilated financially, but of course, Marvel was doing really well. But a $4 billion deal that gave Disney ownership of thousands of characters, including the Avengers, and led to the creation of the highest grossing film franchise in history. And I think, I think everybody was thinking, wow, what if Disney's creativity sort of adds on to that incredible intellectual property that is Marvel? The idea was this could be really good. I mean, this we thought. Lucasfilm purchased from George Lucas for $4.006 billion. I'm not sure how they got to the 06. I don't know why it just wasn't 4.1, but I guess that's a lot of money. $0.1 billion is $100 million. The deal included the Star Wars and Indiana Jones franchise, leading to new films, television series like The Mandalorian. Oh, that was real successful. Can't wait for the movie. And massive theme park expansions. And even when they bought Lucasfilm, because Marvel was doing so well, I think we already had the one Captain America, right? Pretty sure we had. I think we had Iron. Oh, I don't remember exactly what was out, but we already had. So it was wow. Star Wars, Marvel was going good at the time. So we thought Lucasfilm, Star Wars, this could be okay. And here's the biggie, guys. 21st Century Fox, 2019. $71.3 billion deal that remains Disney's largest acquisition. Key assets included film and TV studios, 20th Century Fox, Searchlight Pictures, and Blue Sky Studios, which I think, I'm not sure Blue Sky Studios, but I know Searchlight is still, they're pumping out 3-4 movies a year, or 2 or 3 movies a year. 20th Century Fox obviously is. IP, Avatar. Now, That is actually incorrect because James Cameron still owns the IP for Avatar. They own the distribution rights, not the IP. Cameron owns that. The Simpsons, X-Men, Deadpool, and Fantastic Four rounds out the Marvel universe. FX and National Geographic. Streaming a 30% stake in Hulu, giving Disney a controlling 60% interest at the time. The smaller ones were BAMTech. This one's is important. BAMTech, it turned into Disney streaming. That's how they got the tech to oversaw a phased buyout of BAMTech for approximately $3.8 billion. This technology became the foundation for Disney Plus, ESPN Plus, and Hulu. That was their that was the tech. Club Penguin, $350 million, nothing much. The Muppets and Baron the Big Blue House, while a deal was finalized just before he became CEO, Iger was instrumental in negotiating the purchase from the Jim Henson Company, international expansion, Shanghai Disney Resorts, and Hong Kong Disney. So the takeaway from that is, 20th Century Fox left $48 billion in debt, which they're still saddled with. Now, they've worked it down. I think it's around $39 billion or something like that. Still a lot of debt. It's a lot of interest. Obviously, they get a pretty good interest rate, but it's a lot of interest. So that is basically Bob Iger's legacy right there. In terms of, from the business perspective. Now, what did it do to the stock price? There is your all-time, when he took it, it was about $27-30. It's at 99. It's a triple. Now, ask yourself, after 20 years, if you compound, maybe 15-20%, given all of the money that they put out, and maybe it even should have been higher than 20%, because you put $120 billion worth of purchases out there. The argument should be it should be a lot higher than where it is. Because basically over 20 years, if you've got compounding growth of 15 to 20%, given everything that you're doing, but that is also the media space. It is the media space. It's not, the media space is not, it's not doing well, right? What's doing well? Technology, yada, yada, yada. Basically, how many Disneys can fit into Microsoft? I think it's about 25. The market cap of Disney is only $176 billion. To you and me, that's big. To the New York Stock Exchange or NASDAQ, that is not a big company. Microsoft can pee $176 billion. Buy that and not even flinch. So could Meta, Google, with their market caps, Tesla. There are a lot of companies that could buy that and not even, it would be a minor reflection on their balance sheet. This is not a big company anymore. Relative to other S&P 500 companies, it has shrunk. And there you got the PE, forward PE of, 14.26. The average PE on the New York Stock Exchange right now is like 20, with the decline is about 28. 28. Now that is made much higher given the tech companies. But anyway, it's something to look at. The big spike there, you got the COVID spike, this big, huge one, you got to discredit it. So it's kind of trading in its trading range. Does it go up or does it go down? I don't know. They do need to make some significant changes. Otherwise, there's going to be some major problems. And I have said that in the next 15 to 20 years, you could see Disney become an acquisition. It's a scrap acquisition. Basically, it's just buying media assets. How many people are going to want to continue to be going out on this 1950s, 60s kind of idea of princesses and everything like that? It doesn't seem to me it's something that's going to stick. It has staying power, and that's been their issue. Whether this, the new CEO and Dana Walden, Josh Damaro, we will find out. Now, the next thing, where are we here? So, where is Disney going? I think this is the important part. Where is Disney going? So, the new CEO, Josh D'Amaro. I'm pronouncing that? I don't even know. So, he's a 28-year veteran of Disney, known for his deep connection to the guest experience and his leadership in the theme parks division. So this is a guy who's rooted in theme parks. And this is important because you'll want to hear about Dana Walden. His whole thing is chairman of Disney Experiences for 6 years, oversaw the company's global portfolio of theme parks, president of Walt Disney World for a year. Looks like they were like, he had some skill or had some, probably a good talker. President of Disneyland Resort 2018 to 19. Early career, joined Disney in 1998, held various leadership roles in finance, sales, and operations, yada, yada, yada. Upon his appointment, D'Amaro outlined a vision focused on One Disney, aiming to integrate the company's storytelling, technology, and physical experiences. Someone comes on, everyone's got a fucking idea, right? Everyone's got an idea. I just find it interesting that Bob Iger left so quickly, and I think he was supposed to be to the end of the year, but he left with Kathleen Kennedy. Kathleen Kennedy left, and then he left. I think it had something to do with the board. The board was tired of the same old, same old. However, compensation as CEO D'Amaro, just call it Dumb Arrow. Annual compensation package is valued. He's gonna do okay, guys. He's gonna $38 million. And $44 million, heavily tied to stock performance. Don't worry. He doesn't have a GoFundMe page. He doesn't have a GoFundMe page. He's okay. He's going to do okay. Josh is going to do okay. Now, this brings up, so he's going to be focused in basically the park side, the ship side. Now, he is CEO, so he's focused on everything, right? Buck stops at me, CEO. But we have Dana Walden. This is Dana Walden. She, for all I know, she could be a very nice young lady. I don't know. Following a high-profile succession race to replace Bob Iger, Josh D'Amaro, sorry, Josh, was named CEO while Walden was appointed to the newly created role of president and CCO. Her expanded purview includes film and television production, she's going to be guiding the creativity strategy for Disney's film studios, including Disney, Pixar, Marvel, Lucasfilm, and 20th Century Fox, and television divisions. Streaming and digital, overseeing the operations of Disney Plus and Hulu, as well as Disney Games and digital entertainment segment. Leadership team, her senior team includes Alan Bergman, chairman of Disney Entertainment Studios, and Deborah O'Connell. Should be a little apostrophe in there. Someone didn't write it. Chairman of Disney, or maybe they're not. Entertainment Television. Her career background, Disney Entertainment, served as chairwoman, I guess, right? 2023 to 26. Walt Disney Television, 2019 and 2023. Joined after its acquisition of 21st Century Fox, eventually becoming chairman of Disney General Entertainment Content. Like all these names. I'm here to collect a salary. Can you point me to my office? Fox Television Group, 1994 to 2019. Spent 25 years at Fox, rising to chairman and CEO. She's credited with hits like Glee, Modern Family, Empire, 24, and The Simpsons. The Simpsons. The Simpsons came out in the frickin' 80s. What is she getting credit there for? What the fuck? What the fuck? Why is she getting credit for... You started in 1994 and you're getting credit for The Simpsons that started almost 10 years before you? Fuck, okay, whatever. Record-breaking success. Under her leadership, Disney earned a record 183 Emmy nominations in 2024 and 60 wins, the most by a single company in 1 year. I don't remember what that was. But anyway, what is... So I guess I want to do a little sniffing into Dana. Whoa, that didn't sound good. That sounded inappropriate. I wanted to sniff some fire hydrants. I wanted to check out Dana Walden. Dana Walden is a high-ranking Disney entertainment executive with strong ties. Here, there we go. There's the deal breaker. If you think there's going to be any change at Disney, if you are thinking, well, new management team, this is the new. She is in charge of all the creatives. She's the big cheese. Now, could Josh Dumarrow outrank her? Yeah, he could say, no, I want that. He could say, and Dana, as she's walking out the door, Dana, I don't want this one woke. Dana, I doubt that's going to happen, though. I doubt that's going to happen. Now, if you've been reading along with me, I hope you guys have got a beverage. Like it's Saturday night. Sitting at home. I got a beverage. And a long-standing friendship with Kamala Harris. Oh, wait a sec. Oh my God. I just realized I was reading from my apologies. I am a bad boy. I was wondering, why is it not highlighted? I highlighted it. I thought I changed the screen. My apologies, guys. Right there. That's what we're talking about. And a long-standing relationship with Kamala Harris. Not just a long-standing. It really tells a lot about a person. Like it does. I'm sorry. Look, if you liked Kamala Harris, wow. I mean, she's literally has had to have been the dumbest person that has ever reached the rank of presidential candidate. And I am being nice. She has donated thousands of dollars to Democrat campaigns, including those of Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, and has hosted fundraisers. So if you think anything's going to change at Disney, think again. It might actually become much more of the thing you don't. Well, all of us, we don't want. A key Democrat supporter, Walden has contributed to Democrat candidates, over $50,000 in Kamala. Over the past decade, friendship with Kamala. I mean, it's really a big deal, right? Fundraising. She is a Democrat through and through. And if you're a Democrat through and through, to that degree, you are deep into DEI. You're deep into that whole woke culture. She is a white female, which I generally don't like to break apart. But if you are, if that's your thing, it says a lot. That is my point, guys. That is my point right there. So if you're hoping for any change at Disney, Dana Walden will make sure it don't happen, motherfucker. Ain't gonna happen. Not in this town. You better put a chick in it and make her gay. Actually, put a guy in it who turned into a chick and make her gay. There's no hope. It's Given the current lineup at Disney and, Star Wars, Marvel, like some of these, the storied franchises, I don't see any hope for the power structure the new power structure. It is. I cannot wait to see what happens after Secret Wars. I mean, that is going to be, when Dana Walden and the real all this new structure gets their teeth into the creative process. We could just be at the start of, a whole new woke DEI complex at the Disney Corporation with this new management team. I don't think Josh Dumero has got anything, he's not. I don't think he's gonna he's gonna be at the parks. He's gonna be hanging out at the parks, hanging out with Disney. The one thing about Bob Iger, I wanted to mention, I didn't write it down. The one thing was the Star Wars park, the Star Wars Galaxy, right? You guys remember Star Wars Galaxy? That was the park. That was what I wanted to mention. Oh my God. One of the worst. How much did it lose? It lost. Like nobody was literally going. Nobody was going to this thing. I don't think I want to read it. But it's an immersive. It was an immersive 14-acre land located inside two different Disney resorts, Anaheim and Walt Disney World Resort in Orlando, and that had easily was. You know what? We'll never know how much money Disney lost because nobody was going, right? That stupid Galaxy Park that they had. Oh my God. So basically Bob Iger goes out there, I'm going to try and start something new with our creative team to see how, we've got a strong friend. Do you not realize how do you not realize you absolutely destroyed your franchise? Do you not look at the toy sales? Sir, we've got a lot of dolls left. I don't know if your kids or family want any dolls, but we're giving them away here at the merchandising department at Disney. The Star Wars Galaxy, the Galaxy's Edge. When did it close? 2024? Let's remember that one. Oh, it has not closed permanently, but it is undergoing major changes in 2026. Disney is transforming the land to move away from a strict focus on the sequel trilogy. Oh, there's a good idea. To include characters and themes from the original trilogy. Oh, they're adding Luke and 4th through 6. And significant updates starting in April 29, 2026. So, my friends, Disney, bye bye Bob. There may be a time 2-3 years from now where we're going, oh, I wish we had Bob Iger. It could happen, my friends. And that's all I got to say about Bob Iger. Bye bye. I'll say one more thing. I'll reiterate. It is very strange. It was such a fast departure for Bob Iger. Kathleen Kennedy, and then boom, Bob. Whoa, wait, what? Honestly, Bob loves working at Disney. He freaking loves it. Now, given his position, you'll probably get VP co-chairman or something like that, right? No doubt. I mean, I think if you work at Disney, just your social life is going to get pretty fucking good. But, if you like Democrats, I guess, I don't know. But like everyone goes to, I don't go to Disney. I will not go to Disney. I have no desire to go to Disney. Here we go. Holy jeez, where are we here? We're going to read some, Ben Feister says Sinners, which we're going to get into. We're going to get into in our third set. Right after, we're going to get into some Chuck Norris memes, guys. Chuck freaking Norris. Sinners was meh for me. That's better than I thought it was. I started it today, but it really didn't keep my interest. It was a bad movie. That's being nice. The first half was kind of interesting, right? It was kind of the part where he shoots the guy in the ass, that he shoots the guy in the leg. Like, you're okay. Now it felt okay. That's a little extreme. That's a little like. Really? Wouldn't there have been a better way to show how macho Smoke was, or what was it? I'm not sure what the Smoke in. I was wondering what a grab bag. A grab bag is basically whatever the hell you want it to be. It's a surprise. They open the bag and it's a surprise. For me, Disney will never change from woke Disney, even after Bob Iger. If anything, it'll only get worse. I agree. I think it will. Once Upon a Time in Mexico, laughing loud, was better than Sinners. Was that the Brad Pitt movie? Is that the one you? Is that it with Julia Roberts? That was a great movie. If that's the one you're talking about, that was a great movie. That was in late 90s. Yeah, great movie. Watch it. When we get to Chuck Norris, when you can look up Texas Ranger, where Hulk Hogan guest stars in a few episodes. All right. How out of time. Mike HQ. Welcome to the chat, Mikey Mike HQ. Hey, Mike. I don't know if Pamela answered whether she had a peach crown or not. I don't know. There we go. One little. I did a little. We get a little. It gets a little. Get there. There we go. There we go. Let's get set up for Chuck Norris. You guys, Chuck Norris. Fuck me. Before we get to Chuck Norris, now, like I say, I met Chuck. I met Chuck Norris once, and then a couple of phone conversations. When I went down to Los Angeles, that's what actually. And great guy. I didn't know him enough to make but everyone will say the same thing about Chuck Norris. He was gracious. You never felt, so that the times that I spoke to Chuck and I met Chuck when I did the Muscle Flex exercise machine with his group and Wesley Snipes, was that you never got the feeling that he felt that he was above anyone. You felt that you were talking to someone, who was just a regular peep. And that's what he felt like. He made you feel like that, feel that way. I think most people would say the same thing. I don't think there's many people in Los Angeles that at his level. But if we go, I just want to, let's take a look at, I want to do this. What is this? No. There we go. So he actually has, believe it or not, he actually has a movie coming out. I keep forgetting to do it. He actually has a movie coming out. I just wanted to go through his, he's got a Zombie Plane is in post-production. Zombie Plane. So we got one more, apparently we got one more movie coming out from Chuck Norris. So there's a little bit of Chuck still coming. Zombie Plane. I think it's self-descriptive. Zombie Plane. Zombie Plane. Oh, geez, a 2.4. That was. So that's probably one of these movies, Agent Recon. So you get these actors, you know, a lot of these actors do it. Bruce Willis was doing it. Nicolas Cage, Russell Crowe, like a lot of these guys that got a big name, right? You can go make like $1 million or $2 million bucks. Give a production 4 days, 5 days of your time. It's like, look, $2 million. Russell said he'll give you 5 days, 10 hours, whatever scenes you could fit in. And they will make a Russell Crowe movie or a Nicolas Cage or whatever the actor is. And the actor will get $2 million bucks for 1 week. Like, oh, so, it's good cash. I wonder if Agent Recon is one of those, right? I don't know. World of Tanks, Hawaii 5-0, 1 episode. Expendables 2. Walker, Texas Ranger, Trial by Fire, Dodgeball. Bells of Innocence, a 2.9. Oh, jeez, that must have been a terrible script. TV series, 1993 to 2001. Walker, Texas Ranger. The President's Man, Martial Law. I remember that. 1 episode. Sons of Thunder, 4 episode. I think now we're getting to the heyday. Walker, Texas Ranger, Hellbound. Where's all of his good movies? The Hitman. Only a 5.3. Delta Force, 4.9. Shit. Hero and the Terror. Braddock Missing in Action. Damn. Not much of a legend when you think 5s. Firewalker 5.1. Delta Force, Invasion USA, Code of Silence, Missing in Actions, Lone Wolf McQuaid, Forced Vengeance, Silent Rage, and Eye for an Eye. You know what? I watched all these movies because when I was at Kickboxing, I was so into Chuck Norris, and especially the early 80s. I was in my early teens, like what, 12, 13, 14 years old. And the Octagon. Oh my rocket. Jeez. I don't even remember what happened in these movies. I remember like bits and pieces, you know? And of course, The Way of the Dragon. 1972, a 7.1. His highest rated movie, by the way, it looks like. That is Chuck Norris, my friends. That is his filmography. And he's got a new movie coming out, right? Don't forget about it. Zombie Plane. Chuck. Chuck. You don't call him Charles. Actually, one of my best friends is named Charles. He would always go by Chuck, and then one day he says, "Daddy, I think I want to go by Charles." I said, "Really?" He told everyone it's like Charles. Charles? No, Charles. I go between Chuck and Charles. Chuck is, it's like, I even told him, I was like, "Do you think Chuck Norris would say Charles?" Chuck Norris. Anyway, guys, I got to do this. This is going to be exciting. I'm going to remove this. I'm going to add to stage a PDF slide. Like, this shit is good. Oh, there it is. Why is it so far? Fine. There we go. My friends. This is my twin brother, Chuck Norris. We do have kind of the same hair, right? Like, a little bit. His is better, though. I mean, his is way better. Way better. I might be in the way here, right? Oh, let me get, I gotta do that. I always leave a comment on there. I'm always so bad that way. I don't like the fact that I am in, you know what? I might take myself right out. Can I do that? There we go. Okay. Thank you for standing by me as I try and get through this. I take myself off. I didn't realize my microphone. Okay. Chuck Norris, man, myth, and the unstoppable force. The only man who allows the wild to survive. You see, he slams doors with ease, revolving doors with ease. Counts to infinity twice. Transcended martial arts career. Absolute unstoppable power. The universe doesn't have laws of physics. Only a list of things Chuck Norris allows to happen. Let's make lemonade. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, I can't do that. Chuck Norris is the only person on the planet that can kick you in the back of the face. Hey, did I miss one? I did. I missed one. Holy jeez, I need more wine or something, I think. When police officers approach Chuck Norris, they say, we have the right to remain silent. You damn right you do. Or maybe you don't. Not with Chuck Norris. If it looks like chicken, tastes like chicken, and feels like chicken, but Chuck Norris says it's beef, well, then it's beef, motherfucker. It's beef. I think it's chicken. I think I'm chewing down on a little bit of chicken. It's fucking beef. Number 5. Actually, it's number 4 because the first slide was number 5. We'll say number 5. When Chuck Norris looks in the mirror shatters because not even glass is dumb enough to get between Chuck Norris and Chuck Norris. I think the visual says it all. Number 6. This is good. When Thanos snapped his fingers, he disappeared because Chuck Norris doesn't like snapping. It was the effective end of Thanos. It was. I mean, we probably are. The only reason Chuck Norris has never won an Academy Award is that Chuck Norris, he is an acting motherfucker. You can't get an Academy Award when you're not acting. Chuck Norris will live forever, my friends. Forever. Although unverified, the Loch Ness Monster... what the hell? You know what? I cannot even... have both claimed to have seen Chuck Norris. I got some screen stuff that StreamYard puts on. I can't even read what that says. It's a Yeti, right? It's a Blackwood, Bigfoot, fucking Bigfoot. Oh my god! Chuck Norris once split a boulder. Pay attention. What are you looking at? Chuck Norris once split a boulder in half with one hand. We all know it now and refer to it as the Grand Canyon. Chuck Norris. Only Chuck. To Chuck and his family. His wife is a really nice lady. She is. His wife is a really nice lady. I spoke to her once. Number 10. Chuck Norris was once pulled over for speeding, but luckily for the cop, Chuck let him off with a warning. It's always a danger. Nice car. You see the car Chuck has? It's a nice car. Number 11. It's been suggested that Jesus could walk on water, but it is a fact that Chuck Norris can swim through land. It's a fact. You see, and of course the image shows Chuck Norris swimming through land. Number 12. It is well known that Chuck Norris built sandcastles as a child. Today, they are called the Great Pyramids of Egypt, motherfucker. Little Chuck, right? You know how you draw little kids, right? You just make the head bigger, right? So you got a little Chuck body, you just make the head bigger, so that's him as a child. That's all. That's it looks like a kid. There are only two hands in poker that can be beaten. Royal Flush, and Chuck Norris's left hand and his right hand. I believe it. Tooth Fairy, when the Tooth Fairy comes to your house, she takes your tooth and gives you money. Chuck Norris, when Chuck Norris comes to your house, he breaks your tooth and he takes your money. I think we got one more. We got one more. Number 15. There we go. Ordinary folk, it is considered a great accomplishment to go down Niagara Falls in a wooden barrel. Chuck Norris can go up Niagara Falls in a cardboard box. And that is it. That is your Chuck Norris beams, guys, right there. That is it. We'll do it next Saturday again. We're going to do it 4 weeks in a row, guys. 4 weeks. Next Saturday, we'll do it again. We'll do it again, my friends. Oh, we'll do it all over. All hail Chuck Norris. Hail Chuck Norris. That's a tough one. I mean, that's a like, honestly, that's a tough one to lose. It is. Where were we? Ben Feister. For me, what we're we gonna do? Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan in I think Hulk Hogan in Texas Walker, Texas Ranger. Hulk Hogan and Sting. Can't show the video because they will nail. Oh, there we go. You know, and Hulk Hogan was not as tall. How's that? Can I show that one? Is that big enough? And of course, in a picture, you never know. You never know how tall someone is because you don't know who's standing on a box. Who is it? This one is kind of interesting. Did it open? Oh, geez. Come on. Why do you guys do that? I want to see. Okay, that should work. Yes. Okay, so let me share this. This is, it kind of gives you a good perspective. I can close that. StreamYard, remove, share screen. Where's the image? Image 52216. Oh, please. It gives a good perspective. Image. Oh, there it is, right there. Yeah. Share. Let me get to here. There you go. So that is, I think that's behind the scenes, but you could see they're both in running shoes. And if you're trying to do that height check, Hulk Hogan said he was he 6? He's trying to say he was 6'8", 6'9". I mean, maybe he was in the Rocky, when he was younger, big guy, maybe didn't have as much compression going on. But you do see a significant shoulder girth difference between Hulk Hogan and Chuck Norris. Basically, Chuck Norris standing there with his coffee cup, that's me. Except maybe right now, I probably weigh an extra at least 30, 40 pounds. I'm about 220 right now. A little bit too much. I'm losing weight. I gotta lose a bit. But that would be me standing beside Hulk Hogan. And so it's, but anyway, so I can't play anything because they'll copyright me, Ben Feister. It's an interesting thing. Like, it's especially in the movies, you cannot tell because they're so good. They're so good at angles and everything like that, right? They're. It was when we get to Chuck Norris. When you look up Texas Ranger, where Hulk Hogan guest stars in a few episodes. We want to check out. Well, why don't we do this? Can we go IMDb? Texas Ranger. What in the hell happened? Okay. What? Okay. Oh my God. Okay. I think, you know what? That little span of dead air was me being a dumbass. Okay. I have too many screens open. I totally fucked up. That's me. Mikey Mike. How touch, out of touch. Hall and Oates? Oh, that was a while ago. Oh, wait a sec. We are behind here. Oh, Vander's in the house. For me, in a perfect world, Hulk Hogan should have been in Expendables. True. That's true. He would have been a perfect guy for Expendables in some capacity. He would have fit, right? He totally would have fit. Vavander, when Chuck Norris caught Bruce Lee, he was holding back. When Bruce Lee fought Chuck Norris, he was holding on to Chuck's chest hair for dear life. That's what Chuck was doing to me when I fought him. Is that true, Vavander? Do you have an inside scoop on that? Bravo, Pam. Bravo, yes, yep. Insightful, absolutely. So it was season 9, episode 13. Hulk Hogan was season 9, episode 13 that he appeared. He appeared as Terry Hulk Hogan. But so every week, every Saturday, guys, we're going to do the same thing. A Chuck Norris, how tough is Chuck Norris meme tribute for the next 4 weeks. So please, next Saturday, if you like Chuck, we're gonna have a lot more. We're coming. Yeah, it will happen. Happy Saturday night, my friends. Happy Saturday night. I hope you're having a good Saturday night. I do. You know what? So now I want to touch on. Have you guys seen Sinners? Has anyone seen Sinners out there? I think a couple of, Pam, I think, did you say you saw it? It was, you started watching it, man. So Sinners, guys, I'll be honest, I did not watch Sinners until last night. Last night? The night before. Last night. I said, geez, I better watch this thing. I watched like little parts of it. It never interested me because I knew it was going to be a racial movie, right? I knew, and not just racial, to an nth degree, to an unpleasant degree. So basically, if you swapped everyone else, you had the white people and the black people, you swapped everyone else, and you had the blacks that were the vampires, and the blacks were coming in, and everyone that was bad was a black, and everyone that was good was white, and everyone came together. Like it would, you know what? It wouldn't have passed script. It wouldn't have been greenlit. It was so predictable that it was going to turn into some right away with a guy when they came into the Saw house and they had the bag of cash and that heavy set black dude or a white dude, he looked like a total goofball. He was the KKK, clan. You knew something, obviously. You knew, I knew he was going to somehow show up. Like, that wasn't the end of him. I don't like the setup because all of it was purposefully established to create. And look, the cinematography was nothing special. Nothing. But it was the perfect opportunity to allow a woman to win Best Cinematography. It wasn't the best cinematography. I'm sorry, it wasn't. It was very basic. The cinematography was basic. There wasn't anything too endearing about this movie. There wasn't anything. It actually kind of felt like it had the potential to be something. It did. It looked like, okay, you know what? They're kind of, it's sort of an unconventional, but they're winding up for something. They're basically setting up for a big party. And I knew the basic idea of what Sinners was about. I didn't know it was just something so simple, basic, and Mickey Mouse. I'm sorry, man. Vampires aren't scary. They're not. I'm gonna break news. Vampires are not scary. Newsflash. When I remember when they just came around and said they're vampires. I was like, oh my god, really? That was, you had a few kind of interesting ideas leading up to it, and that was the best idea you had. That was the best idea you had to create a horror flick. You had endless amounts of Southern lore horror ideas you could have used. Endless. I really thought that that's where it was going to start to get. As a screenwriter, I thought, okay, this is where you could really start fucking with people, right? That was the time. The minute, 2 minutes before, they're vampires. I mean, from a screenwriting perspective, I was just like, it was like salivating at, okay, let me just do a little bit of lore research into Southern horror lore. And let me, vampires? Vampires, really? So, the Michael B. Jordan's performance in that movie was not an Oscar performance. There was nothing about his performance in Sinners that was anywhere near an Oscar performance. This is where I would say I just put the comments on. This is where I would say you had so much potential. Like you had the start of something good. Something was kind of eerie, right? It was kind of like, okay, there's some good setup. And I'm telling you, this was exactly like Frankenstein. For me, I lost any appeal for Frankenstein when Dr. Frankenstein started getting angry at Frankenstein because he could only say one word. This is how you're going to create tension between these two characters? This is like, sorry, Guillermo del Toro, this is all you could freaking think of? And you want me to believe that Dr. Frankenstein is going to get this angry over spilled milk? And this anger, this ferociousness? You needed a bigger catalyst. But then basically the last third of Frankenstein was The Shape of Water. There was nothing different. The last third of Frankenstein. Watch The Shape of Water and watch Frankenstein. The two movies are freaking almost identical in the final third. In terms of how, you know, the struggle between the protagonist and the antagonist. It's the same fucking movie. So I'm sorry, I was never, the fact that Frankenstein didn't win much, it shouldn't be a surprise. Sinners winning anything is a fucking surprise. Anything. Sinners winning anything was a freaking surprise. It was not a good movie. Sinners, to me, 5.5. The final third of that movie was so bad. It was so bad. It had no tension. It had no nothing except some. You start. What kind of tension or idea? What were you trying to make it feel? Was it supposed to be a horror? Were you trying to make it feel like a horror? Because there's so many ways you could have inserted little tiny things all the way through, right to the point of time where we're vampires. We're vampires. We're going to drink your blood. My main point, so if we take a look at, I thought I had it up, but I didn't have it up. What Oscars did Sinners win? Michael B. Jordan won Best Actor. Fuck me. Not even close. I was going to make the point on One Battle After Another. Weak movie? Yes. However, the technical aspects, there are some very strong technical aspects. If you would have taken Leonardo DiCaprio's performance in that movie, which was pretty, from an acting perspective, it's pretty fucking good. Great performance in the wrong movie. Was way better than Michael J. Jordan's. Michael. I was gonna say Michael J. Borden's. Michael B. Jordan's performance, which was so ordinary, so unflattering, so basic, so really. You just needed a reason to give an Oscar to a black man. That's what it felt like to me. That's literally what it felt like to me. And I know if there's any race, people out there say, oh shit, I'm fucking being honest. It was like a reason to give the black community an Oscar. Because it was not bad. It was an average performance in Sinners. Like I say, I watched it last night for the first time. I had no desire to watch it. And I do write horror. I have three horror scripts that I wrote that were very highly regarded. They won a lot of film festivals around the world. I love writing horror. So when I'm watching something, there's not too much good horror out there. There's not. Horror is so hard to write. It is. Horror. Sinners is a bad horror movie. Weapons. I didn't like Weapons. I shouldn't say that. I liked Weapons, but it was not nearly as good as everyone was yakking about. It wasn't. These kids go running off. You're telling me dogs with like sniffer noses couldn't follow them and find them? They're all standing in a basement, and you're telling me there's nothing supernatural about it except some witch doing some stuff, and some literally bloodhounds couldn't find these kids. Like the dogs lost the trail. It had potential, but I'm sorry, man. Fuck. When it comes to horror, it's always like there's this little thing halfway through where they try and they fuck it up. Sinners is so overrated. I don't care about the racial shit. I don't care about the racial shit that'll obviously come in, and it's only from the screenplay, from the technical aspects. The cinematography was average. The acting was average. The screenplay was average. It was an average A-, B+ movie. Sinners. You're talking Oscar. So it won Best Actor. Michael B. Jordan, he won Best Actor for his dual performance as twin brothers Smoke and Stack. I'm not saying it wasn't a good performance. It was a good performance. But if you look at some of the other performances in that category, really? I guess the Academy can pat themselves on the back. Says, you know. Best Original Screenplay. Oh my fucking God, right? Best Original Screenplay. Ryan Coogler. For this freaking shit screenplay. The first half was interesting. I'll give it that. The second half was bad. It was bad. It averaged out to a 5.5. The screenplay averaged out to a 5.5 to a 6. Give it a 6. I'll give it a 6. The screenplay. Was it Oscar worthy? Please. And the best cinematography, Autumn Durald Akapa, who became the first woman to ever win in this category. Well, look, it wasn't that good. It wasn't. Any cinematographer is going, okay, I know why she got the award. I know why she got it. I got it. I get it. You know what? I'm not even going to say anything. I'll fucking say it. You know, whatever. Best original score, Ludwig Göransson. The guy's freaking talented, right? His third Oscar win. The guy is very talented. I don't know enough about the movies and the music to make a judgment. Being a former musician, a guitar player, you know, some of the blues riffs, some of the singing, some of the music was pretty good. Well, actually, it was very good. Sorry. It was very good. So, music-wise, I could see it. I didn't share this page, did I? I'm just talking. Yeah, shit. So, music-wise, it was okay. You could definitely make an argument for, but Sinners as a movie was not good. It really wasn't good. So, I want to get to where you guys did Chuck Norris, Who in Touch, Ben Feister, for me, the perfect Hulk Hogan, blah, 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 blah. Vander, check the original film Lee ripped out. Oh, we're still back in Chuck. Spelling, unsubscribe. What? Were you subscribed and you're unsubscribing? Are you awoke? Are you a woke DEI guy? Is that your problem? Are you a woke DEI guy? Right? So, you know, so I'm going to throw it out there. You don't have the capacity to argue anything. Just, or did I miss something? Am I missing something? Magic Mikey. I always love when people disagree because, you know, it's always, you know, did I miss something, Mike? Out of touch, out of time. I always like to have a discussion. So, but I don't know if that was just a miswrite or if that was, there's nothing, and I'm not saying, I don't know anything about Mike or anything like that, but the left-wing activists, there's nothing worse than the left-wing activists, especially in the movie business. There's not. It is a cancer in storytelling. Left-wing activists, fundamentalist, DEI-infused garbage shit that gets put into storytelling that has no place in storytelling. Storytelling is just about the human experience. So if you put in that political garbage, I am a screenwriter. I just like good frickin' screenwriting. I don't need far right politics. I don't need far left politics. Just like movies have almost always been for most of time. They've just been movies. Sometimes you have characters that go into a certain direction or they are in a certain way. But when it comes to storytelling, do you think when they were back in the old Greek days, they had the big amphitheaters, 4,000 or 5,000 people, and, they would listen to people who would tell stories back in the old Greek days. Remember? We don't remember. Not that you remember. But if you learned about it, right? Do you think back then they had like a little bit of woke stuff going on? It's like, they had the storyteller, 4,000 or 5,000 people listening in the amphitheater. They wrote stories as like, okay, how much gay content do we have? How much, raciality do we have? Do we have a transgender in this play? Do we have transgender? This ancient like Greek storytelling. No, they just told a great fucking story that everyone can relate to. A story that if you're gay, you can relate to it. A story that if you're transsexual or whatever the hell you are and who gives a fuck could relate to, right? That's the thing. We don't need to know your sexual preference to enjoy a frickin' story. We don't. I don't even need to know you're a freaking hetero. I don't. All of it. It's just a good fucking story. And to finish off on Sinners was not Oscar worthy. The music, maybe. Everything else, Michael B. Jordan, cinematography, and especially the screenplay. That was a terrible end to a movie, Sinners. It was a terrible end to a movie. The first half of the movie was even call it a 7. First half of the movie was a 7. It was entertaining. It was entertaining. The back half, the back third was a 4. It was a 4. It was so bad. It was so bad. That's Oscar worthy, really? That's what we've come down to? It's Oscar worthy? You think America, the rest of the world is... Wow, I agree. I'm sorry, Michael B. Jordan. That was no Oscar performance. It was good timing. I wanted to mention it because, like I say, I did not watch it until last night. And when I was watching it last night, I was like, oh my God, this is the movie. This is the movie that, really? I'm not a fan of one battle after another. I'm not. But there was some technical prowess in that movie. The story, the way it worked, the political end, like, oh, okay. But DiCaprio did pretty fucking good. There were some bad things in that movie. There's a lot. You could go into that. I don't know if I follow you completely. The Iliad clearly delineated Greek from non-Greek in a social and political sense, and much of Greek drama was concerned with war and politics. Aristophanes. Oh yeah, no, it was. Of course, it was. That's storytelling. But they didn't insert. But actually, back then, a gay relationship was different than it was today. What I'm saying was, they didn't take, when they were doing a story back in the old Greek days, they didn't go and say, okay, you know what? We don't have enough gay relationships in this script. I'm going to read this story out. Was there any, who was, we got a lot of Greeks in here. Do we have anyone else that's from maybe do we have they only wrote stories based on good story. That was their criteria. Now, I don't know that 100% because I didn't live 4,000 years ago. That's from coming. Did they go political? Of course they did. Look, you can have a political story with a gay relationship and it fucking works out because it's inserted in a way that it makes sense. But it's not inserted in a way for the sake of inserting a gay relationship. Right? So, Vivander, I hear you. I hear you, bro. Did I miss that? Check the original film, Lee ripped out Vertible. Oh, yeah, get that. So, yeah. That's what, no, like that, yeah. That's from Well, I mean, the entire woke DEI changing a story for political expediency for the purposes of affecting opinion is, I don't want to say it's a modern incantation, but it could have happened. Could have, we don't know. We'll never know back in those days. But in terms of what is happening today, and I say this all the time as a screenwriter, I don't need that stuff. I will never put that stuff because I'm writing about human emotion. I don't need to. I think we sometimes romanticize literature in its archetype sense. We all see this as living myth. I think in practice, these works serve very practical ends. I wouldn't disagree with that. They serve very real ends, right? Very logical ends. The storytelling was about the storytelling. When you're writing a story, so when I'm writing a screenplay, I'm not thinking, okay, where do I need to insert, who's going to be gay? Is there a good place to stick a transgender in? Well, the only reason I'd stick a transgender in a screenplay where it specifically requires that kind of character, right? If an ancient Greek playwright read Joseph Campbell's interpretation, he would probably kick himself in the balls. Well, can you do that? Can you kick yourself in the balls? But it's the idea that a story, telling a great story. It doesn't matter. It doesn't. I can relate to a great story. It makes no difference what the racial component is, the sexual component is, male, female, whatever it is. As long as it is a genuine, like Philadelphia story. It was just a true story about, it's a pretty good movie. But everything that needed to be in that movie needed to be in that movie. So I think we're saying the same thing, right, Vivant? I think it is. This has been the downfall of Hollywood. When you stick this stuff in movie, look, there's 15 or 20 gay streaming channels. There's a lot of them. So if you really want to put a lot of gay relationship stuff in it, you got 15 to 20 gay streaming channels you could put it in. And it's part of the downfall. Not the exclusive downfall of Hollywood, because streaming, economics, a lot of it is storytelling. 50% is the storytelling angle of what they've tried to do, especially since Me Too, which is called basically Me Stupid. But Sinners, we'll go back to Sinners. Sinners is grossly overrated. Oscar worthy? Holy jeez. Whoa. I understand. Okay, I understand why it got Oscars, okay? I get it. But it wasn't that freaking good. This is the problem when you get pushed into something because of political expediency. The screenplay was not that good. The cinematography was not that good. The male lead protagonist was not that good. Was it bad? No. Was it Oscar worthy? No. But it won Best Actor, Best Original Screenplay, Best Cinematography, and Best Original Score, which might be... I don't know the music from the other ones, so it's hard for me to say. But Ludwig Göransson, very talented guy, young guy, very talented. It's his third win, right? His third Oscar win overall. So I mean that I can't, that I can't. Vivander, my friend. I enjoyed Sinners, at least the first half, exactly. But I'm a sucker for brother themes, and it really did fall apart in the second half. Exactly. I thought the first half was charming. It was interesting. I was kind of like, okay, where you going with this, bro? Where you going with this? Okay, I know where you're going. I've seen that you're going into this sawmill. They bought the sawmill. Okay, and then when I saw the vampires, the three I know that I didn't know there were vampires. I thought, okay, this is maybe some sort of a southern cult horror thing, and it's going to be some sort of really cool horror southern demonic thing that ends up usurping itself, and then vampires? Really? Vampires was your best idea? The second you wrote vampires in your screenplay, you're sitting there on a Tuesday night, and then vampires. Holy fuck. You could go anywhere. When you're the screenwriter, you're God. You're God when you're the screenwriter. You can go any direction that you want to go in. Anywhere you want to go in. You're God. And that was your best idea, was you thought, well, vampires. Cliche. Utter cliche. It had so much potential up until, even call it 3/5. It was a little bit more. It was a little bit more than half, but it wasn't exactly a third. So call it 3/5 of the movie. Wow. Fuck. Oscar-winning movie. Sinners. Best cinematography. Best actor. Best screenplay. That is my thoughts. I would think a lot of people would somewhat agree. So, but that is my thoughts on Sinners. Way overrated. Oscar, no. If I would give it something out of 10, 6.2. 6.2. 6.6 or 6.5. Anywhere in between. It had potential. Vivandar, my friend, Vivandar. Yep. I agree. Oh, geez. Can I have a little bit of wine? I only have a little bit of wine left. I had a full glass of wine tonight. Saturday night. I hope you're relaxing, Vivander. I hope you're having, like, just chilling out, you know? It's Saturday night. POPRAGEOUS. It's Saturday night. We don't want to go too crazy if you're relaxing at home with the feet up. If you got some sort of did Pam, did you fall asleep? You had a peach crown, you fell asleep? Fell asleep in a chair? What was I going to do? Oh, yeah. So I'm going to go to our final section. Grab bag. Grab bag basically means we can talk about anything. But there is one thing that I do want to talk about. Project Hail Mary. Okay, yeah, that's Facebook. What is going on here? Oh, there we go. Project Hail Mary. I put it on this page. Interesting. Okay. All right. Trying to get organized. Really? Actually, you know what? So Project Hail Mary. Let me jump into the Project Hail Mary a little bit here. So it did 33.3 on Friday night. It did a pretty good 33 million. To be exact, $33,116,548. Let me share this with you. Share screen, box office, Project Hail Mary. Oh, no, I don't want that one. Not just yet. Share this tab. Correct. I go there at the stage. Oh man, I'm getting so good at this stuff. When you do this yourself, like honestly, like most YouTube live streams, they have 2 or 3 people working in the background as like assistant producers. So when you're a smaller YouTube channel, you got to do it yourself. So part of the whole thing of, getting screens together has to be a part of the entertainment. It does. It's part of the entertainment. Watching some guy flop around trying to do the work of 3 people. But I think it's the way, if anyone wants to start a YouTube channel, it's almost the way you have to go about doing it. YouTube gives you nothing. They really do. YouTube gives you zero, nothing. You have got to fight every inch, and you got to be consistent. You got to show up every freaking day, night after night, and you got to, you got to enjoy it. Like, I mean, I do. I enjoy it, whether, 0 people are watching it or 10, 20 people are watching it. Do I want to have 5,000 people watching? Of course I do. Be fun. Right, Vivander? Right, Pamela? Wasn't there any other movies to pick from? I know, right? I know. There really wasn't too many, but there were ones better than Sinners. Hey, 807, a couple states over for me. I know you were talking about that you watched Sinners a little bit before, but yeah, I know. Yeah, Vivander. Yeah, Vivander said it great. That the first half's great. First 3/5 was not an Oscar movie. It was not an Oscar movie, but it was because it had the right kind of melanin. It had the right cast. Ben Feister. I return. It's the return of the king, Ben Feister. Can we please get a hell yeah? Where are we? Can I please get a full applause for Ben Feister? 2 words, simply, I return. Nope, I'm good. Pamela's good. Pamela's good. Did you see Piers Morgan storm off his own show? What? 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 Are you kidding me? This is news, bro. Piers, how could Morgan? Oh, what? Really? Okay, I got it. Okay. That was on his show. So I saw the news. Piers. Let me see if I can nail this. Let's watch this. Now, you know what? Let me just watch it from the beginning. Let's make lemonade. How come it's not playing?
Cooked.
It's about your silly little insults. It's like a 2-year-old. Why would I care?
A 2-year-old. As soon as you're away.
All right, let's
this? Applications are open.
All right, let's just.
That's your ting, bro. That's your goal.
Let's end this, please.
Cooked.
You know what? I'm not doing this. Sorry, guys. It's pointless.
Piers Morgan angrily stormed off his own show after a manosphere influencer made a series of crude remarks about his wife, and even flashed a photo of her in a bathing suit. Harrison Sullivan, better known as HS Tiki Taki, rattled the host by saying his wife, Celia Walden, was seeking younger men for sex, simply because she posted a cheeky Instagram pic in 2022 next to a sign that read, "Wanted, pool boy, no experience needed." Sullivan clearly wanted to get on.
No experience needed? Could I get? Where do I submit applications? Where's the pen?
Under Morgan's skin, and it worked. The Piers Morgan uncensored segment never aired. Sullivan then posted the live feed to his popular Kick channel, and the clip now has over 500,000 views on X. Before the walk-off, Sullivan accused Morgan of going to Epstein Island, which the host vehemently denied, saying he never met the late sex trafficker. Morgan then bashed Sullivan as sexist, misogynistic, and homophobic. and said he looked like an idiot, a twerp, and a half-wit in Louis Theroux's new Netflix documentary.
A twerp? A twerp? They still use that word, a twerp? When was the last time I used the word a twerp? You're a twerp. I might use that. You know what? Write that name, twerp. You're a twerp.
Inside the manosphere. In the doc, he said he would disown a gay son.
I normally train a little bit earlier in the day. I like to start my day off working out, doing hard things. Who are you talking to? What, do I not talk to them? Don't talk to him. Talk to you.
Sullivan also crudely said Morgan's wife wants to get used like a toy by a big black man who's cleaning her car. And he kept this line of insults going when he posted a follow-up on X. Take a look.
Piers Morgan is one of the most spineless men that I've ever met in my life. He will say whatever he thinks will get, you know, the woke leftists behind him. He will literally just chat shit and sit there and act like he's holier than thou. He is an absolute idiot. Tonight, you know, he's left his own show. He had other people waiting for him that he didn't go and speak to. He's an idiot, okay? He got punked on his own show.
That's
his wife gets by other men. How embarrassing, Piers.
The manosphere.
That is true. I mean, the fact that you leave your own show, you could literally just go, end him. Blake, oh, sorry, you're done. You're done. It's your own show. Piers. Wow. Wow. You leave your own show? Bruh.
Fear refers to the controversial ultra macho network of influencers that purport to teach young men online how to be alpha males. Andrew Tate is the global face of the movement. He and his brother Tristan face rape and human trafficking charges in Romania.
I think everyone kind of agrees that those are probably a little, can I say, trumped up. I've never believed those charges. Never have.
Meanwhile, Sullivan has been dubbed the Pound Shop Andrew Tate, or in America, we'd say Dollar Store or Walmart Andrew Tate.
I couldn't care less
I like the guy. This is where it is. This is where he.
about your silly little insults.
This is it.
It's like a 2-year-old. Why would I care?
A 2-year-old. As soon as you're away.
All right.
Why would I care? Like, obviously he does, right? This is like, why do I care? This is your own freaking show. You literally look when someone insults you. Just all right. That's your opinion. Bye-bye, brother. See you next time. And you fucking delete him. This looks bad on Piers.
What is this? Applications are open.
All right, let's just.
That's your team, bro. That's your girl.
Let's end this, please.
Cooked.
You know what? I'm not doing this. Sorry, guys. It's pointless.
Piers Morgan angrily.
Wow. Wow. Oh my God. Oh my freaking God. You do not leave your own freaking show. Piers, you're nutless. You've got no balls. You're a cuck. Like, seriously, I've lost. Wow. You know what you say? That's my wife, and she looks good. She looks good. Yeah. She's in a bikini from like this up high. It's not like she's like spread eagle doing the Lincoln Tunnel shot for Penthouse. Fuck, Piers. Wow. Wow. Oh, geez. Ben Feister, that was a good find. Walking off your own show. What was this dude's name? Manosphere influencer. Boy, that was a right hook to the chin. Out. Piers Morgan is down for the count. That was like a standing 10 count. Out. Wow. Oh, okay, we got you guys are. Oh shit! I took you guys down because wop wop. Okay, there we go. Yeah, okay. You see what? Okay, it's over top of me. Okay, okay, that's okay. I got the power to change. I got the power to change me. That's cool. That's cool. Where do I want to go? No, I'll go up there. Yeah, there we go. That works just perfectly. Okay, there we go. So I'm up top now. We can still read what you guys are saying back there. Actually, I think I'm better at the top right, huh? Piers Morgan walks off of his own TV show, motherfucker. I love it. I love this shit. Yeah, Piers Morgan got his clock cleaned after his cheating wife got exposed for cucking him. Damn. Daddy, you're doing great. Actually, Pamela Benfeister is doing great. Wop wop. Benfeister. It's comical when Piers Morgan will call other people names and ask condescending personal questions, and then he flips out when someone does it to him. You walk off your own TV show. You literally have the power. I need a little button. Do I have a button? Do I have some sort of a button? What have I got? I need a button. You got like a little button, right? Like, bye-bye. You know what that shit, you just got to look at them and laugh. But Piers, oh, wow. Dude hit a freaking... It's comical when Piers Morgan will call other people names. I read that, right? Yeah. Vivander, I love boomer insults. They are almost as good as British insults. I really want British person to call me a bell. Bedfeister, I am a big red pill guy myself. And man, Morgan really puts his size 10 shoe in his size 12 mouth. That is a good way of saying it. We gotta watch. Sorry, man. Piers Morgan, breaking news. Although it was 2 days ago, right? This was 2 days ago. I would never have guessed. If you would have told me that, I wouldn't have believed it.
I couldn't care less about your silly little insults. It's like a 2-year-old. Why would I care?
A 2-year-old. As soon as you're away.
All right, let's
Who's
end
this?
this.
Applications are open.
All right, let's just end
That's your
this,
ting, bro. That's your girl.
Let's end this, please.
Cooked.
You know what? I'm not doing this. Sorry, guys. It's pointless.
Piers Morgan angrily stormed off his own show.
Wow. Wow. Oh, Piers. Wow. Where are we here? Pamela's laughing. No, yeah, Pamela, you should be. You really should. Everyone should be laughing at this shit. I blame the Phoenicians for alpha males. The Phoenicians, really? Benfeister, Morgan really started this fight and then calls it quits when someone throws it back in his face. There's some truth in it. Something. Like, you literally got you walk off, unheard of. You walk off your own show? I couldn't imagine walking off my own show. Your guest is like pummeling you, and you say, "Oh fuck, I'm out of here. I'm done." Really? Could you imagine his producer is like, "What? Piers, where you going, bro?" Unbelievable! Wow. Well, we all want younger sex slaves. Pamela, oh, that you're getting a full fucking applause, Pamela. You want to throw that shit around? You're gonna get a full fucking applause. Well, I guess some people want to be those sex slaves too, though, right? Dude, Morgan's wife insults him all the time online and deliberately cucks him in several posts. I didn't know. What an asshole. Piers lives off being a cuck asshole. his whole career. Yeah, I know. I watch Piers once in a while, right? You know, when you're kind of doing that when you do the YouTube dive, right? You see the Piers. Okay, I'll listen to Piers. So I watched a couple with Gary from Nerdrotic. He's on there sometimes. I watched a couple with him on there. He does a pretty good job. I think maybe that's why it pops up on my on my options, because I watch Friday Night Tights once in a while, and so I guess Gary's on it, so Piers. But also the Iran war stuff, right? So yeah, Piers. But yeah, no, I didn't know that about his wife and his personal life. The vendor, me, I am not red pilled. I am trying to limit the amount of red 40 in my diet. Well, sounds fair. The Venetians gave us the alphabet. That's what I thought. The Phoenicians. It's a good word. I mean, it's Ben Feister. He's always had that holier than thou complex, and then shrills when he can't take it in return. I have seen. I think the last time I watched him was with Candace Owens. Look, I am a big Candace Owens fan. She is a young woman who stands in the face of heated fire, and she thinks through things. She puts out evidence without jumping to too far into conclusions, and the conclusions that she jumps to are usually premised on evidence. If you criticize and bash Candace Owens, I don't think you've listened to her. Because I'm a science guy. I'm a 1 + 1 = 2 guy. I don't fall into anyone's bullshit. I don't. I'm not going to fall into Candace Owens or anyone's bullshit. Trump's bullshit. Actually, for a while I did. I'm a lot less of a Trump fan today than I was December 31st, 2025. Much less. Ben Feister, likewise, I liked with Piers had Andrew Wilson and his wife Rachel Wilson ganging up on UK feminism. Yeah. Piers can sometimes really get into some subjects that make sense, and sometimes, but I guess he needs to take the other side, right? So if you do have a guest who has a certain philosophy, you can't just sit there and agree with them. You need to take the other side. You have to. Some might recommend that he take a long walk off of short piers. Well, that's true. Just walk right off just keep walking off the pier, Piers. P-brain. Geez, do I play? Let me play this one more time, guys. So I just one more. Like, this is kind of shocking. Watch this. I have never. Wow. I'll tell you right now, no one could ever get me to this point that I walk off my own fucking show.
I couldn't care less about your silly little insults.
It's like a
2-year-old. Why would I care?
A 2-year-old. As soon as you're away.
All right, let's
Who's this? Applications are open.
All right, let's just.
That's your ting, bro. That's your girl.
Let's end this, please.
Cooked.
You know what? I'm not doing this. Sorry, guys. It's pointless.
Piers.
Okay, there we go. All right, that makes it fun. Ben Feister, if we ever meet up, I'm buying you a beverage for this one. That was that's good. Wow, I'm still shocked that someone could, P-brain. 2 words, 8 letters. P-brain. Oh, shit. That's what makes Saturday night so fucking fun, right? But it's almost like we need like a little reporter thing. Reporting on News 5, we have Ben Feister coming live from downtown London with take it away, Ben Feister. Look, all the rage, right? Everything YouTube right now is all political, right? Everything is. I mean, if you're doing any search on Iran, Iraq, or Iran, Israel, USA, you get a deluge. Like most of it is just shit garbage, right? Most of it is just garbage, and you try and sift through some of the stuff, and it's really hard. On YouTube, there is just so much crap, right? So much crap. I told myself I'm not going to get to the U.S. Israel Iraq war. Trump is fucked on that one. He's fucked. He just put himself into a stupid, economically stupid for the entire globe. Not well thought out. Trump, I honestly, like, dude. Like, fuck. I'm not talking about. What I want to talk about, Project, guys. Project Hail Mary. I started talking about Project Hail Mary, but anyway. So to finish off Project Hail Mary, Ben Feister. Let me know if there's anything else that materializes with the Piers Morgan scandal. Scandal. Oh my god. So Project Hail Mary. So it's looking for. I'll share this tab. There we go. Yeah. I don't mind. You know what? I don't mind me in the top. I think I'm better in the top right. You see the info. You see the chat. That's why I took the chat down, because I was like, couldn't see. Make that a little bit bigger. I can make it one more bigger, even maybe. There we go. So, I did have a variety. That's actually what I'm going to do. Let me do the variety one. The variety is a little bit, yeah, there we go. So, variety reports, box office. So this is Project Hail Mary. And this is kind of important because the box office is getting annihilated this year. Annihilated. And this is the first somewhat blockbuster. This would not have been a blockbuster pre-2020. Guarantee you that. Box office, Project Hail Mary rockets. I love how these writers, Jack Dunn, rockets to 33 million. It's up and away for Amazon MGM's Project Hail Mary, which rocketed to the top of the box office charts on Friday. En route to a stellar opening weekend, Phil Lord and Christopher Miller's Project Hail Mary earned $33 million domestically on Friday from 4,007 locations. Why would? Okay. Well, you can't really see it, but there are women. There's bathing suits. On the right side, you see the girls in the black bathing suits? I have not looked for any. Why would I look for women's bathing suits? I'm not even shopping for anything. Why in the hell would Variety dump an advertisement? What? Phil Lord and Christopher Miller's Project Hail Mary earned $33 million domestically on Friday from four. We already talked about that. Which marks the best opening for this is actually kind of important. Which marks the best opening for Amazon MGM ever, legging out 2023's Creed 3 of $58 million. The film would need to hold strong for several weekends to justify its $200 million price tag, but the optics look good considering its 95% rating. The rating on Rotten Tomatoes has nothing. These fucking people are so stupid. If it does, depends on the international. It needs to do $200 million, because basically you can look if a movie does $200 million on its opening weekend, triple it. That's a pretty good standard based on average performance. If it does 200 million, look for 600 million. If it overperforms, it's going to do 800 million. If it underperforms, it'll be 4 or 5 million. So basically, we are looking at a movie between 4 and 800 million, more likely between 5 and 700 million. I think this one might get some good word of mouth based on its trajectory going into the movie because it's just gone up, 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 and up. I wouldn't be surprised if it does like 725 million bucks. I haven't seen it. I'm going to see it next week. So the sci-fi drama is expected to blah, blah, blah. We got it. Yeah. Finish that. Based on Anne Weir's 2021 novel Project Hail Mary, follows Ryan Gosling as brainy school teacher Ryland Grace. Oh my God. So Grace, have you guys ever seen Grace Randolph? I mean, I've seen her like here and there, but I thought, you know what? I'm actually going to watch one of her shows. I watched one of her shows yesterday. Oh my God. How does Grace Randolph? That's a 2 or 3 minute conversation here in the grab bag before I finish up. So, Grace, who wakes up on a spaceship light years from Earth with no memory of how he got there. As the pieces fall back into place, he slowly remembers he is part of a plot to stop a mysterious substance from blacking out the sun. Other cast members include Sandra Hüller, James Oritz, Lionel Boyce, Milana Weintraub, Ken Leung, and Liz Kingsman. Look at that good-looking Canadian guy, eh? Not that guy. Not that guy either. There he is. Yeah, that guy. Just a nice Canadian, right? Disney and Pixar's Hoppers landed in second place Friday with 5.4 million domestically. That movie is going to lose a lot of bucks. That marks yet another solid hold. Jesus, for the love of God, are you kidding me, bro? That movie is freaking sucking wind. The Animated Adventures North America total should reach 122 million by Sunday for a movie that needs 600 million to break even as well. After a string of misfires, Pixar can finally breathe a sigh of relief with a resounding critical, fuck, you guys are stupid. These people are so fucking stupid. They have no sense of what a movie actually costs and what they need to make money with. It's just shocking to me. Just dumb as nails. Just like, oh. Searchlight Pictures, Ready or Not 2, Here I Come, which looks as dumb as hell. Like, you think I'm going to watch that in the theater? Fuck no. You kidding me? I saw the trailer. I saw the advertising, and it has basically assured me I will watch it streaming. Pulling in 3.8 million domestically. Only 3.8 million. Projected to earn 9 million by the end of the weekend. Of course, let's find out what that budget is, shall we? Let's have some fun. Ready or Not, Here I Come. Budget. So it's looking like 16 to, well, okay, that might, gives it hope. Call it only 20 million. 20 million budget. Excuse me. So it needs 40, call it 20, call it 50, 60 million bucks it needs to earn. Where a Buddy Horror sequel is 9 million at the end of the, but eventually powered to 28 million in the States and 50. So it's barely breaking even right now. It does not. That was the first one, has a $6 million budget. Wow, these writers are fucking crazy. Samara Weaving returns as Grace, who after, we don't really care about that. The number 4 slot went to Indian action optic Duharindar, The Revenge. which made an estimated $3 million on Friday from just 987 North American theaters. The film is projected to gross $10.9 million by Sunday. A follow-up of 2025's Dhurandhar: The Revenge continues the journey of Jasikarat Singh Wow. As he descends deeper into, my favorite food is Indian food, by the way. My favorite food. Into Karachi's criminal underground. Cast members include Ravneer Singh. Okay, right. Fifth place went to Universal's Reminders of Him, which added $2.7 million domestically on its second Friday in theaters. The teary romance is expected to gross $8.7 million by Sunday, pushing its North American total to $33 million. And rom-com should be cheap to make. Reminders of Him holds a $25 million production budget. So you need 80 million to break even. Might break even. Break even. That's what you're hoping for nowadays. Break even. No, I got no wine left. I finished my wine, which is okay because I am. Oh, Vivander, great, you know. Yeah. Grace Randolph is a blonde wig with a heartbeat. Oh my God, I'm losing it. What? Losing interest? What? Grace Randolph? I've seen her before. Guys, I don't apologize. Like. I watched the show going. How many? There's a few thousand people that watched it, and I know she's been around for like a year, 16 years or something like that. So eventually, you do enough of it. But look, there's a lot of people that have done it and have been long gone. But it's just the comments. The comments are about as trivial, nonsensical. And I don't like being mean to people. I don't. I'm criticizing the critic. That's what I'm doing, okay? I'm criticizing the critic. But what she says, how she says it, is like, you're like, what the fuck am I watching? Is part of her appeal that she just comes across as so stupid? That's the appeal? I honestly don't get the Grace. What? Just the points that are made about certain movies. You think, okay, let's get into deep in some of these movies. Like, make a few comments that kind of like, sink your teeth into what's, what you're like. Guys, Grace Randolph, I tell you, I watched, the first time I watched 10, 15, 20, no, 15, maybe 50, maybe 20. I didn't watch 20 minutes. 15 minutes of Grace Randolph, and I was wow. It does give hope to everybody who wants to start a YouTube channel that there is hope for anybody, because if that is called entertainment. Look, I have no problem. The great thing about me is you could go there and fucking cut me you could rip me, you could call me whatever the fuck you want, and I don't care. I don't. You could call me any name. I don't give a fuck. I don't. Fuck you. Oh, that Danny guy, he's like a misogynist, racist, you know what? The only person that's racist is the people that's fucking yelling the word. And we all know that, right? We all know that. I got nothing to prove to anyone. If you don't like my opinion, we can disagree. I think we all disagree, right? I mean, guys, but we kind of agree on stuff. That kind of the commonality of the thread. We, to certain degrees. Grace Randolph was like, what the fuck? The other guy was, but that's been the same thing for me for a long time. What's his name? And his numbers have tanked, freaking tanked. Stuckmann, Chris Stuckmann. Like, oh my God, have you? Can Chris, Chris Stuckmann, I'm asking you, can you be any more boring than you are when you talk? Do you not watch yourself on your own screen and think, maybe I should become a little bit more animated? Maybe I should just do one of those. I do my pirate impression. I don't know if you guys, I haven't done my pirate impression for a while. Hey, righty. Oi, what you doing? You better go get me some of that rum or I'll pummel you with my wooden leg. Aye, matey. You know, fuck. It's show business. YouTube is fucking show business. It's okay to entertain. Chris Stuckmann. I got my pee-pee stuck on Stuckmann. What the fuck? And not to be mean to anybody. I have no desire to be mean to anybody. But if you're out there criticizing, be prepared. You're about to be criticized. You can criticize me all you want. I don't fucking laugh at you. Right, Piers? Right, Piers? Piers walked off his own show. Amazing. Amazing. Oh, guys. Okay, so well, you know what? That could be. That's. I think that's the show. That's the show, guys, right there. I thank you all, Pamela. We finally got a picture of you, young lady. Look at that beautiful smile. Hey, look at that. Pamela's finally got a picture up there. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. Blue, right? Yeah, it's blue glasses. You got blue frames. I do. Where are we here? Vivander. Oh, Vivander's got a Chris Stuckmann. Chris Stuckmann is so dull that that was a fast little quick liner. Chris Stuckmann is so dull that Valium comes to him looking for pointers. Ladies and gentlemen, I am not the only one. Vivander. Agrees. It's true. I mean, Stuckmann, like, holy shit, you watch it. So anytime someone's got to say in a review, so this movie, it was directed by blah blah blah, and it was filmed in what? Okay, at least, I mean, at least the critical drinker dude. He has this preamble that's, a little bit entertaining, and then he goes into his little thing. The critical drinker is a verbal showman. He's less of a critic as he is a verbal showman. Although I probably agree with him 80% of the time, though. I guess probably. But yeah, Chris Stuckmann is just a fuck. Holy dude. Do you not watch yourself? Just animate your face a little bit. Just do shit that makes you go like, it's okay. If you're on YouTube, you're a showman. You got to do shit that's kind of like, do this. Just do this. Sit there and do this for 10 minutes. People will say, what the fuck is he doing? The people start talking about it. What the fuck? I don't know. Anyway, guys, that's me talking after a glass of wine. That's what's going on there. So, guys, thank you very much. It's another Saturday night show, POPRAGEOUS Live. It's Saturday night. I don't know where you are in this world. It is 7:30 Pacific, 10:30 Eastern, 8:30 Mountain, and 9:30 Central. So wherever you are in this world, regardless of whether you agree with me or not, I hope you are having a great evening. I hope you are safe. You are enjoying yourself at home or wherever you are, probably at home. My name is Danny Alex. I will see you guys on Tuesday with the Tuesday Big Show, Thursday Big Show, and the Saturday It's POPRAGEOUS Live. It's Saturday night. Those are the big 3 shows, guys. Join me anytime you want. Guys, I thank you. Vivander, Ben Feister, Pamela. Who else was on there? Mikey Mike. Although I think Mikey Mike ran off. I think he ran off unsubscribed because I said something bad about DEI or something. Motherfucker, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just being a storyteller. I'm just out of touch. One story. I'm just really. Mikey Mike HQ. I think he unsubscribed me. That's okay. That's okay. We're good. Guys, oh, it was fun. So, you know what? We're going to do it again next week. So I thank you all for watching. My name is Danny. Again, my name is Danny Alex. This is POPRAGEOUS. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend, all of you. And come back on Tuesday. Thank you. Guys, have a great evening. Sorry, you're still there. Yeah, baby. Why are you not entertained?
I'm sorry, baby. I didn't know it was your turn.
You. Look at me.
Yes.
What's wrong with being sexy? I mean, there's no...
Sex.
Yes. These go to 11.
Does that mean it's louder?